Well, I didn't know if the NFL was a letdown after playing at USC.
I'll tell you what. When I got to
But
New Orleans,
fame-wise, you were more famous in college than you were in the NFL.
well, I'll say this: when I got to New Orleans, there was an explosion, of just the fan base welcoming me with open arms. Because you got to also remember, this is 5 months after Hurricane Katrina. And so me coming to the city of New Orleans was a very big deal because one, the team hadn't been good in years.
Mm.
And if you remember, they were called the Aints. People will refer to them as the Aints, and fans would show up to the games with paper bags over their heads. And the team, I believe they had lost every game the year before. So me coming to New Orleans was a very big deal. And it was one of my favorite moments. You talk about a surreal moment. That was a surreal moment, me going to New Orleans, because I was supposed to be the number one draft pick. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And
Mario
taking you
Williams.
back down, Mario Williams ended up being the number one draft pick. I actually found out the same way everybody else found out. I found out on SportsCenter.
Was it because he was signable? Like that was the report at the time.
No. You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
The truth is with Charlie Casserly. And, he hasn't talked about it. We've actually had an opportunity to discuss it when I was working for NFL Network, because one of the executives found out the truth. And I hadn't even known the truth yet about why I didn't go to Houston. And apparently it was because they hired a private investigator to investigate me during the Heisman Trophy debacle that was happening at that time. An investigator came back and said that I was a bad guy, had bad character, I was a street kid, and that they shouldn't sign me. They shouldn't draft me. And so this is a story I'm getting from one of the executives at NFL Network. And so, they wanted to do this one-on-one with me and Charlie Casserly and just kind of talk about it. And at first, Casserly said, yeah. And then he ended up backing out because, I think he understood it probably, wasn't going to look great for him. So,
So Charlie was the longtime GM of the then Washington Redskins. Then he became the GM of the Texans. So they had the chance to take you number one.